Okay, so Trevor Lawrence threw the game away against the Bills in the wild card round, a game which, by the way, the Jaguars probably should have won that game, if I'm being honest. But they just didn't play well down the stretch, and that's really what cost them at the end of the day. And Trevor Lawrence was an instrumental part in that. Now listen, he had 3-4 good-looking throws. He also had about probably 6 passes that should have been intercepted, but he was lucky that most of them fell harmlessly to the ground for incompletions. Because this guy, he doesn't get it. He doesn't understand it. He throws into coverage basically every single play. He thinks he has a stronger arm than he does. He thinks he's more mobile than he is. He thinks he's, some elite. He plays like he really thinks he has a grasp on the game when, you could tell the guy just has no clue. And he frequently, I don't know why the head coach, Liam Cohen, is giving him so much freedom to check out of plays. This guy is stupid. He can't. Why are you giving him that much freedom to do that? He's stupid. He's the type of quarterback that you can't give him those freedoms of your offense because he's going to fuck. He's gonna fuck your team over. And he ended up doing it. The last real play of the game, he threw an interception over the middle. And I don't know why they're throwing over the middle with no timeouts and 50 seconds left, by the way. Down by 3, not close to field goal range. So I don't get that. It's stupid to call that play, but it's even stupider to throw that pass into that much coverage. Once again, he threw it into a crowd of defenders and was surprised that he was picked off to end the game. I just find it hard to believe this is a guy who's getting paid like a superstar franchise beast caliber quarterback. Because he sure as hell doesn't fucking play like one. He plays like Blaine Gabbert with more mobility, with more height, with more size on his frame. Blaine Gabbert was a scrub. He was horrible. He, was never good for whatever fucking team he played for. He plays like a Blaine Gabbert mixed with Mitch Trubisky. It's just not good, folks. You could say down the stretch, the last 3-4 weeks of the season, he was playing the best football of his career, which maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. But let's give people the benefit of the doubt in this scenario. Let's say he was playing his best football. Okay, if that's his best football, then you kind of know that you have maybe at best an average starting quarterback who's getting paid like he's a star, and he's not a star at this level. I'm sorry, he isn't. I'm going to continue to scream that from the mountaintops. This guy was supposed to be a generational quarterback talent. The number 1 overall draft choice, by Jacksonville, 5 years back, and they have nothing to show. They have 1 playoff win against a Chargers team that completely imploded in the second half, and that's that. So you have 1 fluke, lucky-ass, fake-ass playoff win in 5 years of this guy's career, and he's getting paid like he's some stud quarterback when he's nothing more than a below-average fucking quarterback who makes frequent mistakes that cost his team the game. He throws boneheaded throws into coverage. He throws interceptions. Once again, he's a guy who thinks he's Brett Favre. He thinks he's Brett Favre. He plays like Mitchell Trubisky. He does. I'm sorry to say it, but he does. He's just fucking flat out terrible. And I don't see a future where this guy is playing in even an AFC championship game. Maybe eventually they can win the 1 seed and, get the 1 seed and then play in the divisional and then implode because their quarterback will turn into a pumpkin when it matters the most. But regardless of that, I don't see the future for him as the long-term starter. I don't care how much money you owe someone. If that's the only thing you owe to a quarterback, he hasn't turned your franchise around to something fucking meaningful. He hasn't. I don't care about the 2 fucking winning seasons that he's had, where once again, the only playoff win was because the other team completely blew up and not because he was some fucking Pro Bowler, right? I'm not a fan of the narrative that this is a franchise quarterback because he's not. He doesn't play like one. He throws so many ill-advised throws into coverage. And listen, Liam Cohen, you should have been running the ball more. And you should take away his freedom to check out of plays because whenever he does, the plays never work. It's that fucking simple. And if they were getting like 10 yards on the ground per carry, and they threw it like 55 times, and it was just stupid. Like, with a quarterback that has a penchant for throwing interceptions at crucial moments, why in the world Are we throwing the ball as much as we are? Listen, I know you're playing the Bills. They're one of the best teams in the NFL. I get it, right? I understand. But you were bullying them on the ground the whole game. And they had a couple drives that stalled out. That could have been something better if only they were to run the ball more, because they were getting 10 yards a pop when they were running the ball. Stubbornness from a young first-time head coach who, thinks he can reinvent the wheel. He can game the fucking system for some apparent reason, when in reality he can't. And instead of sticking to what works in the NFL, running the ball, if your running game is established as good early on in the football game, instead of doing that, he tried to get cute and get fancy. And guess what happens when you try to get cute and you get fancy too much? When you try to throw it too much, you will never win. So they didn't maintain that perfect balance like an NFL team should, and you trusted a garbage quarterback to try to go and win you the game. And he threw a pick off, and that was game over, right? That was the game. I'm not saying with a minute you should have ran the ball. I'm not trying to say that, by the way. I'm trying to say that, first of all, the play call was stupid for having to throw it over the middle, and he threw a stupid pass over the middle that got picked off to end the fucking game. And that's because he's a bonehead, he's a lunkhead, he's a giraffe, he's 6'7", and he gets like 4 passes batted at the line of scrimmage every single game. I've never seen a dude this tall at quarterback get so many of his passes swatted down at the line before in my whole life. It's only this guy, Caleb Williams is 6 foot, he's 6 foot flat, and he gets less passes batted down than fucking Trevor Lawrence, who's damn near 6'8". That shit is crazy to me, man. And once again, it can't be all, well, he's just getting really unlucky. The fucking trajectory on the ball is fucking low because he sucks. Listen, Lawrence is not the long-term answer. If I'm Liam Cohen after this game, I'm looking at a quarterback. I'm sorry to say it. Baker Mayfield thrived with Liam Cohen calling the plays down there in Tampa Bay. But if he gets a similar quarterback to Baker Mayfield, then, let's be honest, Jaguars, they would win 14, 15 games, and they'd probably make the Super Bowl. But with this fucking guy, Lawrence, who is so prone to making the worst reads ever when it matters, you can't win with that. There's no way you can win with that. I don't believe you can win with that. It's not a sustainable thing that's going to help you succeed for the playoffs. You can get away with that when you're playing shit teams like the Jets and the Raiders and the fucking Browns, right? But when you're playing playoff teams in the playoffs, when it matters the most, a play style like that will not fly. And I'm sorry he cost his team the game. The main reason they lost is because Trevor Lawrence played like a scrub when it mattered. Once again, he threw 3 touchdown passes. Good, he threw 3 touchdown passes. Fucking 2 of them were in the red zone. Good for him, right? Good for you. You threw three touchdowns, but then you threw 2 interceptions, both of which were completely his fault and ruined their chances of winning the game. And one of them came early in the game. One of them came very early in the game. And you never want that out of your quarterback early in the game throwing picks. You're giving the other team free possessions early in the fucking game. Why would you want to fucking go out there and willingly do that? You wouldn't. So if I'm Cohen, I'm cutting bait. I'm saying, hey man, it was a pleasure you being my quarterback this year, but listen, you're horrible. I've got to trade you for whatever. Once again, but the fact is you can't get rid of him. You are stuck with this giraffe scrub as your quarterback for the foreseeable future of your franchise because you overpaid him for what? He's never been elite. He's never been dominant. He's never put up these video game numbers. He's never put up even remotely good numbers in his career. He's been an inconsistent passer at best in the NFL, and you threw the whole bank at him because you were desperate for some form of stability in your quarterback room. Well, that's not something that's going to help you succeed now, is it? Because guess what? All that money is now officially in the books. You're stuck with that cap hit, and you're stuck with this garbage-ass quarterback who fucking wilts when it matters the most. And that's not what you want. I can't keep stressing that. This guy fucking threw the game away. He's horrible. You've got to fucking move on from this giraffe scrub, because if you don't, there will be a price to pay very soon. Trust me, if you're Liam Cohen in the Jags front office, you're going to find this out the hard way. He will start imploding. Trust me. So, man, that's it for this video. This Eagles 49er game is about to start, so I got to go watch that. Trevor Lawrence is sickening. Oh, my God. Whatever, man. I guess it is what it is at the end of the day. He's fucking horrible. Thank you all for watching. This has been Mr. Truth, and this was nothing but the truth.